How pretty.
My mom, Donna Lee Bettner, was born on October 7, 1929 in the Dalles, Oregon. She was raised by an alcoholic stepfather and a mother whose motto was cease at any price. Life was pretty tough for her. She graduated from Umatilla High School and went on to attend Eastern Oregon University. In 1952, she married my dad, Dick Myers. My brother was born while my mom was serving in the war in Korea. Mom raised him alone for most of the first years of his life. I was born 2 years later, and my sister 5 years after that. My mom was a working mom and actually supported the family during a period when my dad became disabled and went through rehabilitation. Even though she was always working, she was always there for her family. When my brother started Little League, they said they needed volunteers. My mom raised her hand and promptly was given a baseball team. She had no idea how to coach and no experience at all, but coach she did. She even chaperoned my rodeo court, even though she was afraid of horses. This was the start of many years of community service for my mom. She was a founding member of Habitat for Humanity in Hermiston, Altrusa Club of Hermiston, Hermiston Credit Women, Van John Memorial Hospice, Friends of the Hermiston Library, Hermiston Emblem Club, and Hermiston Business Women. She volunteered for the United Way, the Cancer Drive, and the Red Cross blood drawing. She also volunteered for Special Olympics and the Alternative School. She was on the County Drug and Mental Health Board and Good Samaritan Center Advisory Board. She served as president along with many other offices in all of these clubs. Her dedication to the community and her volunteer work earned her the honor of Woman of the Year in 1989 for Hermiston. Not too long after that, my mom was diagnosed with macular degeneration and slowly lost most of her eyesight. She had to stop driving and most of her community service ended at this point. My sons Tyler and Jake were very important to her. She continued to watch all of their sports, football, basketball, and baseball, even though she could barely see. She did this because she wanted to be there for them. They started wearing tall socks during basketball, and my mom was able to make them out on the court. In 2000, my mom was diagnosed with cancer on her tongue. The doctors cut off a very small piece and said that she was good. The next year, they found more cancer. The doctors cut off 1/2 of her tongue and once again said she was good. In June of 2002, my mom was told by the doctors in Seattle that she had a large tumor in her throat and tongue area. All that summer, my mom was eating through a feeding tube. She had a tracheotomy, could barely talk, and obviously she couldn't see. In June and July, she went to Tyler's American Legion baseball games and to Jake's Babe Ruth baseball games. Keep in mind, she could not eat, talk, and could barely see. In August, she was hospitalized in Seattle, and the doctors removed 1/2 of her jaw. By September, she asked to be moved to Good Shepherd Hospital here in Hermiston. She wanted to come home. September is Tyler's and my birthdays, and my mom was very concerned about her birthday presents. She was also closely watching Tyler's football games as it was her senior year. Excuse me. She had to write everything down on paper because she could not talk. My mom hung on until October when my sister and I both told her that it was okay to go and that we would take care of my dad. She died the next morning, October 5th, 2002, 2 days short of her 73rd birthday. The legacy that my mom has left us is huge. If we can be half the person that she was, we will be very good. If we can be half as tough as she was, we'll be pretty tough. My son Tyler has a tattoo on his arm in honor of his grandma. It says, "Never give up." We try to live by those words. Thank you.